host of the Gridiron.
Fields and Jimmy G. Take play call from Dave. Wandell had close to 90, whatever it was, 93, I think it was. I mean, between him and Malik Neighbors had 202 receptions. I mean, wow. 5 to 600, he shouldn't just run. Well, that's the one thing. He had all his receptions, but his average, what he averaged, 7-8 yards of reception? I mean, you know. I mean, you look, that's kind of mind blowing. We had 2 receivers and you add the receptions together, had over 200 receptions. I mean, pretty darn good, especially for a team that only had 3 wins, huh? But I saw it, I'll have to wait and see on this one. But I saw an article that said Hard Knocks offseason could be one and done. They kind of were saying that the Giants, I don't know, if they're a Giants disaster. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about. I mean, if they're talking about the Giants season being a disaster. Said the future of Hard Knocks offseason is on shaky grounds. I mean, I thought it was, I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, it didn't help Shane, talking about like Saquon, like it's not, we're not, we don't have Daniel Jones here to hand the ball off to a $15 million running back. That's not what we're doing here. And then he goes someplace else and you see what he did. And he's still playing. And he might even wind up winning a Super Bowl. Who knows? But then you got John Mara there. I'm going to have heart palpitations if I see Saquon going to the Eagles. Well, guess where he went? There you go, right? So that was kind of disastrous, right? But I mean, there were some good things. They were talking about the draft was good. You also, you saw, I brought this up in some videos, one of the things that, like Shane was saying, if we move up, would you be interested in Jaden Daniels? And Dave was like, yeah. I mean, I like it. They showed you some of the interviews that they had, right? With some of I think McCarthy was there, Daniels was there. Was it May? Might have been May. Drake May was there as well too. They had some interviews with some of the quarterbacks, right, and everything. I mean, I thought it was pretty informative. I thought it was pretty cool. Right? I don't think I don't think it was that much of a disaster, but says the future of Hard Knocks offseason is on shaky ground. NFL Films Vice President Keith Cossrow joined ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show on Wednesday and didn't seem so confident a team would step up and volunteer to be on the program. Yeah, I mean, I guess, that's, going behind the scenes and listening to them talk and stuff like that and all. I guess that's tough. That is tough. There's definitely a chance. We hope it's back. We're talking to a bunch of teams about it, but we'll see what happens. I mean, we need a willing participant on that one. We're not going to force someone to do that show, Crossroads said. That show is about a process, he continued. And I think it's really cool to have been able to make a show about it. Hey, we're going to start in January and we're going to have an endpoint after the draft. And you're going to see how a group of people faced with really difficult decisions goes about making those decisions. Last year, the Giants became the first team to take part in Hard Knocks offseason version of the show after more than 2 decades of following teams during training camp. And it didn't exactly make the Giants brass look pretty. Now, that's, and it goes both ways. If the Giants had made good decisions, the Giants are going to the Super Bowl and, it makes them look great. It just, they had a few, I mean, the biggest one obviously was Saquon, right? If they had Saquon, if they didn't let him go, right? Maybe it wouldn't look so bad. I mean, things didn't, turn out too bad, for the draft class, right? it is a gutsy move. Whoever winds up doing it. Let's see. And it didn't exactly make the Giants brass look pretty. Leading questions as to whether another team will willingly sign up for the show going forward. During that show, Giants owner John Mara and general manager Joe Shane were infamously captured on camera as they led star running back Saquon Barkley leaving free agency. Shane appeared in the Bears edition of Hard Knocks during the training camp and may have said a bit much, seemingly shading former Giants quarterback Daniel Jones during a conversation with Chicago general manager Ryan Poles. Got to be nice not to be looking at the, Shane said, to which Poles completed the line. Quarterbacks? Hard Knocks has been running since 2001 with 23 seasons under the show's belt. The 24th season follows an entire division. Wow. The AFC North during the 2024 season for the first time in the show's history. That ought to be pretty cool. That ought to follow a whole division. That's pretty cool. I don't think I add extra shows in there, right? Is each team going to have a show each week? Exactly how that's going to work out. But that's pretty cool. Following a whole division, just not a team. That's pretty cool. But I can certainly see where after seeing what they have with the Giants, right? They're talking about their players, right? Letting them go, trading other guys that or not wanting to have players, or that's gutsy. That's a tough choice, and it certainly did not make the Giants look that good. So, of course, I said the biggest thing is with Saquon. That's the biggest thing.